be a place of holy delight. He was a child who did childlike and childish things. In him was the delight, awe, and wonder of discovery. He who knew all things experienced them afresh with a human body. He experienced life as an infant, toddler, a child, a tween, and an adolescent. He encountered the same fears and worries and existential questions that we do. As we welcome our own childhood selves, we welcome the humanity of Jesus. And in that welcoming, we find a companion for life. And further, when we welcome our own childhood selves and the Christ child, we will be able to welcome children in our own lives. The act of welcoming involves a presence filled with acceptance, compassion, and empathy. When we feel with others and accept them, our level of desire for connection deepens. When our childhood memories hold places of fear and rejection, we wall off our childhood selves, and our welcome to children suffers. Becoming like children. Back when my children were very young and my soul was lonely, I gathered a group of women once a month in my home for dinner and a book discussion. Dinner was on my grandmother's fine china, and the food was Colorado luxurious, plenty of it and hearty for winter, worth lingering over for hours. Some of us found childcare and others brought their littles. I remember a random comment made while chatting at the dining room table. When Jesus said, "You must become like children to enter the kingdom of God," surely he didn't mean that, one mother said, pointing to her son, who was picking his nose and wiping it on my couch. We all laughed that kind of laugh that said, "We hear you, sister, and thank God that's your kid." We are made for experiencing God. Our first and most natural inclination as children is to connect with God in deeply uniting and often ordinary ways. We adults have so much to learn. This book will explore what it looks like to remember, to revisit and revive what has been part of us, our childhood selves, to let the Spirit heal the childhood wounds that have calloused our hearts. We will remember the natural patterns of our childhood selves that enabled us to live with freedom in God's wonder-filled presence. We will unpack 7 general ways of being that are natural to childhood and suggest healing practices that can help us grow a whole life with God. We begin by exploring a shape of spiritual formation that addresses both the wonder we were born with and the wounds that could use some tender care. We will revisit what it looks like to develop a healthy attachment to God and how to cultivate that attachment through play, imagination, creativity, wonder, humor, and simply paying attention. Each of us must do this essential work, and especially those of us who work or live with children, because children can spot a fake at 50 paces. We can only accompany children where we have gone. If we haven't remembered our childhood selves, the distance between ourselves and the children in front of us will grow. Childhood as a wisdom way. Aunt Polly, will you tell me one of your earliest memories? I asked while shoveling Milky Way cake into my mouth as fast as possible. I needed a free hand to take notes. That's a hard one, let me think, she replied. Even well into her 90s, her mind was as sharp as her cane. Family reunions in the Ringener, my mom's side of the family, way, are mainly about cake. There might be brisket and various versions of potato salad, but there will always be cake. And there will be stories, tall Texas tales.